Hey everyone, Happy New Year! We got to see 2025. We thank God. I'm so glad you're here. You've seen the year. I'm so glad that I'm here. We're very grateful. Yamani, I'm so glad we're kicking off the year with a fresh episode, a fresh conversation. I missed you guys. Did you miss me? I know you missed me, though nobody asked. Anyway, I'm so glad that we're doing another episode of the BTS podcast TZ. And on this episode, I have a guest joining me who became my friend through a friend. We share similar interests. You will discover in the episode, and I'll allow her to introduce herself. Jane Rite Christopher.
Naitwa Jenny Christopher Rite. I love to think I am mfanyabiashara. Do I fit to be mfanyabiashara? Is that an actual name for people like me because I sell everything?
You're an octopus. You've got 8 arms.
Feels like I sell everything. But in the middle of selling everything, kuna vitu unakuwa unafanya because you have passion for them. You actually feel something when you do them. When I was waiting for this day, when I was preparing for this day, I took a moment to actually think, who am I when I get to this? What will I be telling you? What will I be telling
our audience?
Like, who am I really? So most of the time I love to think ni mfanyabiashara. I love to think it's okay to be an octopus. I love to think you don't know what works until you have actually done something and have figured what really works. So Jenny Christopher Rite ni mfanyabiashara. Well, in all spheres, ni dada, ni rafiki, I love to think I'm very dear.
You are.
Okay, so yeah, so Jenny Rite ni mfanyabiashara, ni dada, rafiki, and I think I am everything that someone wants me to be in whatever moment they want me to be. So that pretty much me.
Our audience itakuwa inauliza ni biashara gani Jane anafanya?
Oh, we already said I am an octopus. Feels like I'm everywhere.
Your current venture.
Okay. So 2025, among the many things that I have been doing, 2025 nimeona niweke nguvu nyingi sana kwenye kila kitu, but more specifically kwenye Mbeleko TZ. This is like a baby to me. It's a small baby. It's a business that I've been wanting to actually one day bloom and be big and see every mom having Mbeleko. Mbeleko ni kama inavyotumika Kiswahili. Ilivyokuwa zamani. Vile mama alikuwa anamfunga mtoto mgongoni na kitenge. Remind me, Kida, how did I miss your order?
2021. You are venturing into the kitchen business, which you still do. Like an aggressive kitchen. Nini jamani ulikuwa unauza sana vyombo, you still do, yeah. But at that time your shop was in Mwenge before even Kariakoo.
True.
Yes, then you ventured. I got Amora when you're still doing that business. Then was
it that time nilikuwa Mwenge?
Yes. It was the time you were doing Mwenge, and then after that, because Mbeleko is like a baby.
Very baby.
Kwa kitchen.
True.
Yeah.
It's like I go this direction doing total different things, and then I come back to Mbeleko being like, okay, come here baby, how many moms want Mbeleko? And most of the time I do get watu kwa sababu people love good things, people love modern stuffs. So mtu anataka kumbeba mwanae, anataka aonekane msafi, at the same time feel the baby. I don't know if your audience is really the audience I wanna be telling this, but I call Mbeleko a baby brand to me because
it is.
I want to have a baby.
Inshallah. Straight from your mouth to God's ears.
Well. So, I feel like this year is going to be Mbeleko. I'm going to meet so many moms. I'm going to touch so many lives because I'm in between the weight. When like najua I will be a mom. I have already figured that I will be a mom in time, inshallah. So I want to be living that life. I want to be meeting moms via this Mbeleko brand, because what we do is we actually train moms how to wear their babies. And baby wearing is actually like a medicine to watoto na mama. Ni dawa. There's kuna standards ambazo zimepitishwa medically kwamba kubeba mtoto inaitwa kangaroo care. Yes. So kubeba mtoto vile it's a medicine, inamtuliza mtoto, inamtuliza mama, hormones za mama zina, I don't want to go biology.
Lakini kuna mdada pia alikuwa anakumbatia watoto njiti Mwananyamala Hospital
kama sikosei,
and the government recognized that till gave her a house. So it is helpful watoto njiti wanapokumbatiwa.
Yes, and I feel like all the time, now that you're speaking about it, there was a time I had an idea nitafute audience yake nimpe like I don't know how many, like so many, because zinasaidia. Yes. So what they do ni mama anakuwa kambeba mtoto but their hands are free. Yeah. Mama anaweza kuendelea na all other activities. It's really like, it's so dear. It's very very dear. It's like next to my heart. Natamani kila mama awe nayo, natamani ni tembe niende so many places, ni wafundishe watu. I have a team. Tunafundisha watu kuvaa. So we want to be like, tunataka tu tunaenda kama Mwananyamala hospitali and we just rob kwenye zile wodi tunaelekeza watu jinsi ya kufunga watoto. It is good, and more than just the outer good ni dawa. So I really want to, kwa sababu ziko mpaka za kutengeneza na hivyo vitenge ambavyo vilikuwa zamani.
Just if it's advanced, yeah. Wababa wanabeba, wamama wanafunga.
Yeah, so that's Jane, I guess.
And you can find her on social media, TikTok Mbeleko TZ and Jane Rite. We're on Instagram, she's on TikTok, all other channels, but follow her, guys. Those planning to have kids, those with kids, those still having kids, Mother Teresa, you can all get Mbelekos. Awesome. Now, without wasting time, let's dive into the topic that we'll be talking about today. You know, the other day, I just came through the holidays, like holiday, I got much more time. I didn't go out a lot. I was sleeping in, tired. For some reason, as you age, you're weak, my friend. So I was spending a lot of time to myself, and it actually came to me, like after nimekaza na ndani nimelala, then I was like, okay, I feel like going out, then who should I call? Then I start scrolling. I realized that, yeah, you do have friends, but throughout the years, I wouldn't be having that call. Ningekuwa I'm in college. I'm like, I wanna go out. Wah, you go. You surely you don't even, you have karingi kabisa. So then you're like, you're scrolling through your phone, looking, I haven't called this person in this long. And then you're like, I only have 2-3 people. Actually, you don't have those many friends. So it came to me about friendships, navigating adult friendships, So this topic is more on navigating and the complexities of adult friendships. Maisha yanabadilika, urafiki unabadilika. And that's what I want to be talking about today. Make conversation light. Perhaps our audience can learn something, pick something, add something. You never know. So that's what we'll be talking about today. So without wasting time, tell me, Jane, what does friendship mean to you? Ukisikia urafiki inakujia nini?
It's a wide world. I mean, it is a wide word in a wild world. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
So friendship to me is like, it is really personal. It is really how you define it. Especially sisi baada ya kuwa watu wazima. I don't know much kama wazazi wetu pia as walikuwa wanakuwa, it changed. Kutoka walivyokuwa na marafiki wale wa zamani na walipo sasa hivi. Wazazi wetu, many of our wazazi maybe they are past 48 kuendelea mbele. Sijui kama wao bado, au sijui kama imewapata the same urafiki kubadilika. Yani friendship has changed. So ukiniambia maana ya urafiki, napendaga kuamini niko old model na wazaga kizamani. So I know both definitions for friendship. I know the modern friendship and I know the old friendship. And I have seen, like, through my living, I have seen both type of friendship. I have friends, and when I say old model is I have friends that niliwapata zamani, and we have stayed just that, friends, but we do not talk. And there's no anything that's amna kilichodifunga about us not talking. It's just that friendship is a very wide word. Ina evolve, inatoka hapa, inaenda hapa. There's really no one definition for friendship. So how I know friendship is, I know friendship ni pana, inabadilika. There's no one definition. If you want to have one definition for friendship, then you end up being disappointed. Which many of us over time, we want to leave one definition of friendship. Unajua sasa hivi nasema wazazi wetu sijui wao kama bado kama wameyaishi maisha tunaishi sisi, to actually see how friendship evolve. Wao sijui, but sisi kuishi kwetu nimejikuta naona how friendship changes, kwa sababu zamani mfano we were forced to be friends. We met in school. Okay, so we know each other via a friend. Like there's a person between us. That friend, if you ask me to define that friendship, is the one that is old, that has roots. Yeah. And it is not like if you get a friend right now, it won't be serving the same purpose. It would be, but again, that's the many definition of friendship. Yeah. So ukiniuliza tena, for me to sum up, nikitaka nikwambie vizuri how I define friendship or what comes onto my mind when I think of friendship, nitasema a wide word. Depends where you are, uko kwenye space gani wewe mwenyewe. Mtu, yani wewe mwenyewe binadamu uko kwenye space gani kwenye maisha yako. That's how friendship will define itself to you. There is no one definition for friendship.
Great. Quite like any. It's a very wide word in a tough world.
In a very, yeah.
Kabisa. So, if somebody was to ask you, nini kimebadilika, what's the most significant change in how you approached friendships ukiwa mdogo na sasa hivi utu uzimani? If you are to just, not even in a sentence, how has that changed? Because the mentality then and the mentality now, I'm sure there's a big difference. But what would you say is the most significant change?
Well, when we were kids, we were forced to be friends. Not knowing we were forced to be friends.
Jane, who forced you to be friends with your friends?
Okay.
Wasn't it your noisemaker? You're both in the noisemaker list. You're both, if it's in boarding, you're fighting for food or you're jumping the fence to go clubbing. And it's a community.
Always, all my crazy worlds, they kurudishwa nyumbani kwa sababu ya kutoroka kwenda club. Babangu mkala, I swear upon my living, and that's one thing I have not done in life. There is one thing. There is another thing. Of course, I wouldn't say it here, but there is one thing ambacho kingine sijakifanya growing up. So, friendship when we were kids and friendship now. When I say we were forced, it's because of the environment. You find yourself going to play to a certain kiwanja. If it's boys, then that's a certain kiwanja that go watoto wa ile neighborhood yote inaenda. So mnajikuta huo mtaa, mtoto wa mama nani anajulikana na mtoto wa mama nani, and it is actually known they are friends. Wazazi wao ni marafiki na wao wana become friends. So then we didn't need a reason to be friends. Ni kama tunaenda tunasoma wote. You find yourself friends with your deco. Tunalala wote kitanda juu na chini. So we were forced, but not really like forced, but forced because of the circumstances. So we had to be friends. And
How has that changed?
It has changed because sasa hivi tulipo, friendship has to be intentional, Kida. Friendship has to be intentional in the sense of if we're friends, we're not going to be friends if we're not doing the things that friends are doing. And we are not doing that if you're not intentionally looking onto doing them. Nataka nifanye na Kida, so I will look for Kida. Nataka nifanye na G, I will look
so you're
for
actually
G.
making time.
You have to make
to
time.
nurture it, or like we share something. Lakini usosoni ulikuwa kufikiri. We're going to the same school, we're friends.
We're friends.
We're going with friends. We're friends. But right now you actually keep more thought into it.
Yep.
Makes sense.
So by then you would find mtu akiama shule anaenda shule nyingine, mnaanza kuandikiana barua. So kuna watu ambao wao naturally sijui tuseme wamezaliwa marafiki. You just find yourself wanting to write a letter kwa rafiki yako iende huko impate dia rafiki yangu hivyo. So friendship then, kwa mimi naona friendship then wakati watoto ilikuwa circumstantial, depends with the circumstances. Mmeama kutoka Kimara, mmehamia Gongo la Mboto, that's why
Gongo la Mboto ndo crew yako.
Kimara una wajui mmesauliana, mkikutana mnashangaana usoni. But sasa hivi friendship has to be intentional. You want to be my friend, you have to actually put efforts kama unavyofanya kwenye mambo mengine.
Yes, intentionality.
So it has to be very intentional. You have to be intentional. Nataka kuwasiliana na fulani, nataka fulani ndo anisaidie msaada huu. So I will wait for you to ask me about that, but if you let me, I would want to continue saying, because of that change, urafiki kutoka ilivyokuwa wakati watoto, just because we are in the same neighborhood, same school, na sasa hivi ambavyo I have to actually know Kida anakaa Ununio, make time and go to Ununio, or find a way to meet hapo katikati, imetufanya tumekuwa distant, because sasa hivi many people hawajui au wamesahau au hawataki kuwa intentional about friendship. I'm waiting for you to reach out. You are waiting for me to reach out. We do not meet.
Na maigo yanaingia hapo katikati, kila mtu anataka. Yeah.
So tunajikuta tunaishi dunia ya friends are not good people.
What a way. Shots fired, guys. Shots fired. You can already tell our next segment will be. Sasa, let's talk about lessons learned in friendships. Vitu gani umejifunza through your years? Gen Z, millennial, choose.
The oldest.
So what would you say? Let's talk about the lessons learned in friendships. Shoot.
So my number one lesson from friendship would be, if you want to have friends, be intentional about it. Be intentional in the sense that make Kida know that you want to be her friend. Something that watu wengi tunahisi ni kujipendekeza. We're losing so many friendships because of that feeling. So just be intentional about friendship. If you make me feel enough to feel like Kida is actually my friend, we have been doing this and that, and it feels like we're friends, because you would just know kama mtu ni rafiki yako, just because of the effort you're also putting onto a person. Mi najua who to call when I want to talk about my financial issues. And I think I am lucky sizisiki sehemu nyingine, so for me
You've got the right friend.
Yeah, for me I always say, I don't know to what percent, but I am very intentional about how I use my people. And I would call use, because if we're friends, we have to be intentional in the sense that I would call you because I know I will get the answers, even if it is not answers, but I can talk about the same thing for mara 800 and you don't judge me. Yeah, so just be intentional and you get something good out of friendship. So for me, number one lesson is be intentional about friendship.
Awesome. Okay. Lesson number 2. For me, I would say there's power in solitude. I feel solitude is underrated. A lot of people, yani lazima uwe na watu wengi, then you get a sense of identity. But I feel solitude, staying alone and being alone to first know yourself, it helps you be a better friend or a good friend. Because ukijitambua wewe, you'd also know, okay, even when you're being intentional, sasa, you're not being selfish, if that makes sense. Because I would understand what I'm comfortable in doing, what I enjoy. I'd understand what you're comfortable in doing, and we'll meet halfway if we want to make it work. Because your last maybe lame example, I love partying sana labda, where you're an inside person, you're an introvert. That doesn't mean kwamba I can't come and spend time with you. Lakini I know it's something of value to you. Similarly, you can get out of your house, we go for brunch. You know, I love brunch. Lakini we've both discovered what we like, and that intentionality then comes in about sasa, we're creating time to spend together because our friendship matters more. I feel a lot of people, it's like if you spend time alone, it's not cool. If you have a small circle, it's not cool. So as a result, I feel everybody thinks this big circle, being loud, being popular, it's it. I feel there's a lot of noise in that. So for me, I think it's something about hata ningejua earlier, I could have first, because I also start to unpack myself in my late 20s, leading to my 30s. So for me, had I done it earlier, I would have maneuvered and saved myself a lot of heartbreaks, friends, because they are wrong circles who you waste time. Just like that 10 years ago. If you look what value is there in this friendship, because at the end of the day, a friendship has got to have value in it. I'm helping you in any way, become a better person, or in anything, enjoy helping me. Like, if there's nothing, our only connection is alcohol, as an example. Our only connection is gossiping.
One best thing that connects everybody.
Then there's no real connection. Because you see these bars, they are full of friends then. In fact, tutakuwa na marafiki wengi sana ba. Lakini ndo maana watu wengi wanagombana, and you can change friends. Because I also feel, urafiki, you really feel like, let me make this work. Because this person is of value to me. Lakini kesho, ukisema tu pombe, tunashuka hapa kote, wapi Makongo mpaka nani, we've got friends. So, yeah. Lesson number 3.
I want to go to lesson number 3, but I first want to talk about the solitude thing that you have talked about. I feel like a lot of people have gone to solitude to a point they're missing out. And I'm not saying they're missing out so much because they do not have friends because of the solitude. People are overstaying in solitude. I don't know. There's this thing that really bothers me. It bothers me because sasa hivi kila mtu anamuona the next person is a bad person. People have lost the positivity. I get it, but it is because of what has been happening kwenye mambo ya urafiki, lakini naona everyone is in shield. Yani watu wanaviziana kama wanavyoviziana kwenye mapenzi. We're friends, but let me see nani atamwanza mwenzie kusalimiana. And you sometimes be in a place where you actually hear a girl saying, mimi nimemkuta hata sijamsalimia. And that person is their friend. Like it is, so because of that, so they are not, ni kama vile kila mtu yuko kwenye solitude. That's what I'm trying to say. Tumeenda kwenye solitude kiasi kwamba tunaona kama vile it is good to be in solitude. You don't need anybody. Yes, I think there's solitude everywhere right now. Everyone is in shield. Kila mtu anaishi kama vile.
But I think that's being selfish.
People just don't know the difference. I'm
talking about discovery, because it's this way. Look at it this way. Maybe as an example, it's like a relationship whereby I haven't done the work on myself, but I'm expecting my partner to make me happy. That's such a responsibility.
Big responsibility on another
responsibility. I have to know what makes me happy. So in terms of not staying alone, but najua mimi nataka nini. Even when what do I enjoy? What do I like doing? When I meet you, Jane, I'm like, Jane, what do you like? You like books? I also like books.
Exactly.
Do you like swimming? Yeah. Then when you don't, I already know. So at that point, I have a chance to build on from your interests, or we see how this works.
Yeah.
I feel, kwa sababu mtu ajijui, urafiki unakuja na madrama mengi sana. Yani mtu ana expect, or like you didn't come to my event.
Mhm.
Like, and then mtu labda anakununia, you see a silent treatment. But if I'm an understanding friend, there must be a reason why you didn't come. Hata isingenijia kwamba you intentionally didn't
Yeah.
come. Usije
Yani
mpaka jaja.
usingewaza vibaya in the first place. Ndio hicho ninachokisema.
Exactly.
Everyone is in shield. Everyone feels like somebody else is doing something bad for them. Yani people are not
relaxed to have.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is so? Because kila mtu
fake friends
snitch
everywhere. Exactly.
Why?
Mimi nasemaga, why do you think you have haters? That's the famous way. Exactly. Why do you feel like wewe ndo una nanili hiyo? Unajua kuongeleana huku kwetu sisi sasa Kitanzania imekaa ni naenda kuongea na mtu mwingine about you. And just someone chooses to change. Sio tuseme anabadilisha maneno. Yani tuseme kumekuwa na mambo mengi mabaya kwenye urafiki kuliko mazuri. Everyone is just scared. So I think it is the solitude. Everybody has gone to solitude. Everyone is hiding their mimi sio rafiki yako sana. Ukiangalia hata hizi meme. Unajua kuna meme chache sana zinazo emphasize on urafiki.
Kwa sababu people are, ni kweli, lakini pia nisi tunasikia so many negative stories. People are not talking about the positivity. Huyu kaniibia mume, huyu katembea na bwanangu, huyu kaniloga, huyu kafanyaje, and then social media is championing
on the bad
things,
the
negative stories.
That part about social media putting fire, too much fire, or fueling bad feelings kwenye watu. Hata tukienda huko ndo tutachanganyikiwa. Yani mtu anaona picha hivi anachukia hapo anaanza kusema maneno hapo. It's confusing really. It's confusing. So okay. Lesson number 3.
Yeah.
For me would be always just be ready to give love.
Doesn't end up give love in the wrong place. Where?
You see, when you give love, I get it. But you know what? When you give love, it is never, you do not misplace love. It is that other person who fails to receive love that really loses. You do not lose.
Because your heart is clean.
Your heart is clean. And by saying give love, mi nasemaga even tough love is love. Me, I'm this person. I love to think nimenyooka. I love to think nimenyooka. I do not stay gray. And my words are sharp. It is my personal experience. It's as if I've met me, if that makes sense. So kwenye friendship ndo kumenifundisha that I actually have to meet myself. If you do not meet yourself, you lose in the whole friendship world. So you just be ready to give love. Even if for me, I give love in the sense that I will tell you I do not want you to come to my home. And if we are friends, I would either think you ask me why, or choose to also not come, and that's it. If we are meeting kwenye vitu vingine and it is okay, basi that's fine. You can give me love from there. You actually don't need to be at my place ndio tuwe marafiki. Kwa sababu sasa hivi there is no mtaa, hakuna shule, hakuna kanisa linalolazimisha tuwe marafiki, because we will definitely meet there. You can be my friend where I live in Dar, you live in Dar, and I have so much love. I just send love, you just send love, we just meet places and share love. But kuna vitu sitavipenda, kuna vitu hutavipenda. And if your mind is ready and giving love, receiving love, meaning you will not judge, and you will not say anipendi, yani the anipendi will not come, because wewe unajua you have done everything you could have done, except that I'm not comfortable yule akija nyumbani kwangu, then that's it. Yani you just people should just give love to a point they just understand, and everything is understandable
with no secondary intention.
Yani
just flow.
Yani believe kwamba mtu anafanya, because that's it. Yani that's how it is. Hakuna kitu chengine, yani uniwazi kitu kingine except for that. And if it bothers you and you believe we're friends, you can talk about it and we can meet somewhere. And now unaweza ukashangaa my reason is just dumb. and the reason is gone just because you have also come on to me and we have talked about it openly. So just be ready to give love all the time. Sinaga nisubiri, and I love it. Nafikiri hiyo ndo njia nzuri ya urafiki. Ukiniambia nitoe recommendation, njia nzuri ni kuweza kumwambia mtu blue blue, red red. Ukianza kusema inataka kuwa kama udhurungi,
gray areas, mtu anakuwa elewi. Cool. So what would my next one be? For, I would say quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. My personal take is, the bigger it is, the more emotions you've got to invest, the more mentally you've got to be invested. I feel like it's hard to make, if a leader has issues with leading, everybody's not the same. You've got to deal with people's characters, people's nini. I feel like, for me, a small circle always works. And this is my personal take. When I had many friends, I'll be so drained. So what has happened now? So I have to show up to this, I have to show up to that, I have to show up. And it's not reciprocated. So for me, I feel like, no, why don't you have a small circle? It saves you the energy and you're actually being fulfilled with the friendships that you have. Few people, but then I can pick up this call and talk about something that's very deep to me. Because you cannot be telling 20 friends about your relationship or your finances or your anything. Like, I feel like those few people, you'll be very comfortable into anything that you talk, and it can feel, because may feel combat talking is therapy.
Big therapy.
Yes, kuongea na mtu nini, and unfortunately it's something that doesn't come with everyone. So for me, I would say focus on quality friendships. And what are those? Rather than unajua mtu anaingia hapa anajua hey, everyone, this is my friend, this is my friend. You're already drained before the introductions. So for me, it's a bit, and you come and realize, even those people who have so many friends, you kind of question their filters, because you can feel like part of the dysfunction is that they have to constantly appeal and stroke their friends' egos. They're always solving this, solving that. So wako drained, but hawajui nini kinawa drain, because it creates chaos. When you have 50 people that you've got to constantly, at the end of the day, you're drained. You don't even have time to feed into yourself. So for me, I would say, that. My last lesson would be the courage to walk away from unhealthy friendships. I think we underestimate the damage that an unhealthy relationship can do. Because younger growing up, even into adults, you're easily influenced by the people who surround you. Unajua mama zetu walivyokuwa nasema, uko na 4 wezi wewe 5 mwizi pia, and we laugh about it. No, that's not a joke. I feel like we should be very, if you feel, why is it this way? Because let's be honest, you can audit some of the relationships that you have and you feel, no, this is so much heartache. Somebody is constantly, you have to question your friendships. It's the things about trust is broken. When I confide in you, labda, I come and hear it very differently and I only spoke to you. So I feel like there was no intention for you spreading this. I'm hurt. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was a mistake. Let me give that person another chance.
Yeah.
And then it happens again. Or it can be you bond over what? Sorry, bad example. Drugs.
True.
As an example.
Only thing.
It starts over hype. And you constantly in that circle, and none of you are like, you know what?
It becomes a bad habit.
Yes. And it becomes an addiction, but you feel good when you're around each other. These little things. Ambazo nahisi tena hasa the young generation bond I'm still young, guys. Me some mzima sana.
Actually, I want to pinch you. Why am I here? Is it for old people?
No. I feel like the clarity that I have now, a girl in 1820s will be very stubborn about it and embrace them, but not knowing they're walking into a pit hole for the next 10 years.
True.
Kwamba unakumbatia marafiki ambao bwana tukiwepo na Jane ni vibe. What is
Not
vibe?
knowing what is vibe, not knowing
Exactly.
It's something that you should leave behind.
That you should leave.
Toxic.
Exactly. Like if you find it's constantly kwamba una troubles, una manini, you sniff and you say it is. Sorry to say, but it's an example. Unaona ni vibe. Because about many people, let me tell you, I also have cousins, I have kid brothers, I have kid sisters. Like when you ask, well, this was fun, it was so much fun, I was so and so. So how was it fun? We had and a vibe. What vibe was it? Alcohol, drugs, and something. So you're like, what is that? And it's constantly the same pattern. So what can I underestimate? But for me, you should be very woke if you feel like, mbona kila saa nikiwa na huyu mtu, we make the wrong decisions. That's the time you should cut that person off. You can easily throw away 10, 15 and help us God. May God help you kwamba huta throw away your whole life. Because that's how addiction starts. Na wengi wanaoingia ni walioingizwa ambao wanashindoka kutoka. Exactly. So for me, I feel like there's a huge peer analysis into being cool without Can fikiria. And one thing, my mom, let's say, because me and my dad were cool. Only girl, cool. My mom could read between the lines in You know when your parents tell you, huyu rafiki yako, They know. Bishi endelea nao. But I'm telling you, They know. Tell me your parents, wale watu waliokata.
My friend, they know. That's the only thing I can say, they know.
Exactly.
Tena say if you can go home with your friend, or you can sometimes have those meetups where you're with your mom or any of your parents, and then you meet so and so among your friends. Your mom be like,
Oyo sio sawa.
They know. And for them it doesn't need days, which sometimes for us takes 2 years.
2? You are lucky. You haven't seen Shege. You haven't seen Shege.
It's until you've danced in a lot of Shege. That's when you figure out, it was actually the friend.
Yes.
Kwa kweli, it is a scary world. That's all I can say. But the advantages people are getting out of friendship is what really keeps me staying positive, Kida. As much as I want to believe they are bad people, I also believe they're still good people. They're still good friends.
Now when you get good friends, it's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Kwa sababu mnashikamana, mnabebana, you trust each other. Everything, it's like, it's beautiful when you get the right person.
That's true. That's true.
What would be your last lesson?
It feels like everything depends on the other thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to the lessons with friendship. So for me, I've seen so many things that happen with friendship or with friendships. My other big lesson would be to choose the right side, and by the right side I mean to actually not choose to be the victim all the time.
Wasilielie sana, crying wolf every time.
Ni kama umetoka kusema sasa hivi, just remove yourself from a situation if the situation is not saving you and you believe the reason is the friendship you're having with Jane or with Kida or with so and so, jiondoe. And then some of the muda mwingi unaotumia kufikiria Kida is a bad friend is the precious time you would use on to thinking Jane is a good friend and making good memories. People are doing good things with their friends, but sisi au dunia sasa hivi naona watu wengi sana wamekazana kusema friendship is a bad thing. So as nimeziweka naona kama vile vitu vyote vinategemeana au it's all in one thing, but my fifth lesson would be that.
Unajua mimi as you're talking nikakumbuka mfano fulani nilikuwa naanaliza from 6 let's before, I can't remember guys, it's a while. Lakini katika kumaliza ile unatafuta kazi as you're waiting to go to college, kama sikosei, either I was waiting to go to form 5 or I was waiting to go to college, I cannot remember. Lakini there was this gap, months or year. I had a friend, unajua tutafute kazi nini. Of course you are hyped because everybody in our time alikuwa anaenda driving school, computer or something, ndio ilikuwa template.
Everybody.
Kwa sababu unaenda sijui driving school, sijui nini. Diaspora cannot relate, guys. I understand. Diaspora.
Hawaelewi. Wewe mimi nimesoma driving, nimesoma computer, tena back to back activities.
So akisema we find tutafute kazi nini. Wewe rafiki yangu alikuwa na either an uncle or somebody who family friend nini ambaye alikuwa ana duka la simu ambalo pia walikuwa na mawakala wa M-Pesa. So kupata pale gig, unajua ndo M-Pesa inaingia. Kwa that time walikuwa wanatafuta mawakala, especially any vijana kidogo ambao wana elimu kidogo waweze, maana yake ni transactions, they're also getting to learn, so training pia somebody with a bit of elimu. Sawa. Kambe jamani, sisi kuacha marafiki zangu twende nini mkono kwa mko wake interview, tukapita. Kupita, I was like, mimi I was just excited kwamba it's a short term gig, lakini kwamba you're getting money and everything. So nilikuwa napania kama utadhani nafanya benki. Nakwambia wakala wa M-Pesa, black skirt or black trousers, shati jekundu. Jane, I even dyed my hair red. You gotta know. Nasemaje nikaingia. Unajua hizi jealousy zinaanzaga kijinga sana. So I used to show up very neat. My desk is neat. Hapo hata sijawa trained, nimeshow up kuliko tu ma legend kule. So nikafika pale ile wiki ya training nini, unapewa simu ya wakala ambayo inakuwa top na float sijui 3M, sijui 3 au 5, sikumbuki vizuri. Lakini kumbe mimi naingia, rafiki yake, yule rafiki yangu alikuwa kama kafanya something pale akafukuzwa. So tayari,
so you are the replacement.
Exactly. So tayari mimi naingia, I don't have context kwa kama na uhasama fulani. You
just get in and sit on a hot chair.
Exactly. Sijui. And these things bwana, yani unajua pia it's very emotional intelligence is very crucial kwa sababu at that time I didn't know anything. I didn't know your feelings, like I'm sorry, like bye. Nikaingia pale and I think at that time mimi na I think my friend ambao tulikuwa tumemaliza form 6 tunasubiri kwenda chuo, and pale kulikuwa kuna watu wa I think dropouts labda form 1 nini kwa tayari ilikuwa nikapewa simu, kumbe ile simu ina password ya yule rafiki yake aliondoka. Sijui, nasubiria kuwa trained. My first lesson kusema marafiki. Mamangu alikuwa ananiambia unamwamini kila mtu kirahisi. Mimi na shop naenda kwenye meza yangu nini, kumbe ana ile password. Akasajili line nyingine na jina lingine, alafu akaweka kwenye line yake, akatoa kwangu. Umeelewa mchezo?
Tell me again.
Yani mimi nimesajili line, mimi si ndo mfanyakazi mpya. Hii simu wewe unajua ina password ya wakala, simu ya wakala. Lakini wewe ulikuwa rafiki yangu, kwa hiyo huyu dada alikuwa anakaa hapa, anajua password yangu. Right? Tunakaa hivi.
Yeah.
They were friends. Sasa mimi nimeondoka, una access, una password, una nini, namba ya wakala sinabandikwa pale juu. Then yeye akasajili line. Tuseme G, right? Akasajili line imeandikwa Grace Zakaria.
Okay.
As an example. Alafu mimi si mpya, nimeenda kujazwa float pale. Ye ile line ya Grace Zakaria akatoa hela kwangu. Umenelewa mpaka hapo?
Kipindisho milioni 3.
Ikapigwa. Mimi nipo wapi? Naongea huko na wave, wageni wanakuja, Kizungu naongea, Kiingereza naongea, sina chochote. At the end of the day, boss anakuja kufunga hesabu. Jane, nilitafuta ile milioni 3 mpaka mifukoni, mpaka nikasema baba sijui nimeimeza. Sioni. Alafu nilivyo panic sasa. Do you know unatafuta hela? Huna record ya transactions. Huelewi, naangalia cash because you still do transactions. Alikuwa anasema 500,000, yani kazitoa different times, but aka-ensure saa 11 mimi sina hela kwenye simu. Do you see how dangerous it is? Sasa mimi natoa naendelea kutransact, sijui ilikuwaje, naona nina kama sijui 100,000 nini, nikajua kwamba hela yote kama na 100,000 nitakuwa na 2.9 kwenye simu. I was also, I don't know, nakuja kutali sina hela, naanza nimepanic because where did the money go? Na panic, naanza kusimulia sasa, kumbe namsimulia mwizi.
But wait, did she know the implication of that? Like, did she know how they can be tracked?
No, that's what I'm telling you.
What did she have on mind?
Tulikuwa at that time una ability ya kusajili namba. Kwa hiyo yeye plan yake was amesajili yeye, then ameshatoa hela, then anavunja ile line, anaua ile line. So where will you track this person?
Okay.
You get? It can easily be mtu aseme labda mtu alimwona kwenye kamera, alikuja ni huyu. So mimi nikapanic. I panic because I'm not a thief. Then kwa akasema okay, nikaenda pale tunatali. Nakwambia, do you know enzi zile ile harassment because you're new and then money has gone missing. Your whole float, almost 90% of your float gone. Nilipanic. Unajua nilienda mpaka kamsimulia mamangu. Nilikuwa nalia. Mamangu akasema no, I think hii kazi tu umeanza na mguu mbaya. Acha. Nikamwambia mama, nikiacha nitaonekana mimi mwizi. Mimi sio mwizi. Luckily boss wangu huko amesha panic nini, tukaambia wote tufunge ledger zetu, twende HQ. Nikafunga vitu vyangu, nikaweka kwenye vile suitcase kama vya kuwekea vidude vile kama piggy banks zile za chuma, safety boxes ndio tulikuwa tunaekea kule. Kitabu changu nini. What saved me is Mungu alivyo, yule dada ameenda kurekodi ile namba aliyosajili iliyotoa kwangu, ka record kwenye ledger yake.
Alright.
Alafu zikaprintiwa statement. So pale statements zinaprintiwa, mimi I was arguing, sina huyu sijatoa hela kwangu, because that day I remember wateja wangu wote walikuwa wa kiume. Kulikuwa mna mteja wa kike. So to hear a female name, I knew there's something wrong, but it's reading in my book na namba ipatikani. Mguu kwa mguu mpaka HQ. Kwenda HQ, toa kitabu changu. Na kama supervisor alihisi huyu dada sio, bebeni wote vitu vyenu. Mimi nikatangulia kwanza. Nikasema it makes sense.
Good
nini?
Intentions win.
Exactly. Akabeba na ledger lake. Ananisaidia kabisa. Utakuwa umefanya nini kwa zaozi yangu? Utakuwa umefanya nini wewe mtoto? Oh my god. Milioni 900 utafanyaje? Mimi milioni 3 hiyo. Oh my god. Tukaprintiwa zile statement. Yule mtu aliyetoa yuko kwake. Tukafika mpaka kwa after only that transaction alirecord yake makosa. Ndo mimi sasa nimepanic. I was like, what the f. Boss wangu akatukalisha at that time huku na huku, afa naulizwa. Hapana na hapa analia. Mimi sija nini. Do you know alivyomwambia nitakuweka ndani? Tizama mtu ambaye you know what she said? Boss, mimi nikwambia ukweli. Mimi na Kida tumekula njama. Tugawane hiyo hela. I was so shocked, Jane. I started calling her. Her name inaanza na E. Sitaki hata nimtaje. E. Namwambia, mwogope Mungu. E, are you serious? Ulikuwa unanisaidia kutafuta, ukakataa. Jina limepatikana kwako sasa hivi. Sasa hivi she swore. Tulikuwa tumekula njama. Mimi, I was like livid. That time after changing stories, boss wetu I was believed. My first lesson about friendships, do not trust everybody. Polisi, mimi ndo nani. But my friend, that was my first job. Na mtu ndo nikapigwa float yote. Nikasema, the person that I thought is training me like a sister. My trust issue started there, my friend.
I get it. Watu wamefanyia vitu vibaya na marafiki. Wamefanyia vitu vibaya. Sometimes I get the shield, sometimes I don't get the shield. So mtu kama wewe, mtu akikwambia friendship is this, sometimes you be a bit hesitant, and it is understandable.
Especially that I never saw that coming. Do you know how you're clean-hearted as a form 6 liver? Everybody's just friends. So that was my first nilikaribishwa karibu kazini. Your first job, kapigwa kitu. What was your worst experience?
But wanasemaga, well, I'll get to that, but wanasemaga there are no friends where you work.
Exactly.
Do your job, go.
My first and the lesson that has sticked the most. Maybe at work I have colleagues.
I got a friend. I won a friend.
Mimi, I don't, and it's because I think Nina, we bond, there'll have to be something in common. Hata kama we're enjoying something we nini, but I think pia nina ile small circle ambayo ndo marafiki zangu na wajua tokea huko. Hata mtu akisema kide iko hivi na mtu mwingine akimdefine vingine, sasa nasema are these two different people, lakini hapana. I'm like something has got to bring us together, and there's room for that. If it doesn't, we can work together and leave it there. Ikabaki hapo hapo. If it transpires into something more, good. Lakini I have never forgotten. So Mimi, I have a third eye. I'm like, you say your intention, I'm like, nilikaribishwa vibaya. Hold up.
It is very funny, crazy, and so many words, but I do not have bad experience kwenye friendship.
That's good.
I don't have bad sina definition, sina friendship ambayo imekuwa lesson kwangu, kwa sababu as I just said, my character ni kama watu wanaolima wanajuaga, mfano kuna mazao ukilima, kuna ukilimia na lingine on top linakuwa linafukuza hata wadudu. I can't remember vizuri kwenye ukulima wangu ule wa ndani. Ukipanda vitunguu, ukipanda mint kwenye mazao, ukipanda mint kwenye nyanya, something like that, una wadudu wanakufa. Yaani kuna wadudu ambao huwa wanaziathiri nyanya, hawatakaa. So mimi nilivyo nachelewe, yani maybe it will take another so many years for me to pata somo baya kwenye urafiki. I hardly make friends, and when I make friends, I hardly leave friendships. I give chances.
Yeah.
And I ask for chances sometimes. I can see, mimi ni wale watu I can sikia you said this and I will not ask you, and so long as it didn't take my money, it didn't pinch me, there is no pain anywhere kwenye mwili wangu, then I will not take it. To actually you come karibu na mimi kiasi cha kunifanyia kitu, I mean, I don't know who won. I wouldn't know, maybe they won, but in my world sijawahi kuona kitu kilichonishangaza. And the fear, we all have that little fear when it comes to rafiki. My only fear is kumwamini mtu ambaye hatakiwi kuaminiwa when it comes to friendship. Kwa sababu a friend, especially female friendships, zinakuwaga kama mahusiano. Yani ni mahusiano in one way or another. You are my friend, so I'll call you when I have this problem and that problem. Nilikuwaga nina shida ya kuomba msaada. I still have. I am those people who can't ask for help. And that's my biggest problem. I'll be very scared. Very scared of you, Kida, because I have a problem, so I cannot I'm working on that. So kwenye njia zangu za yani kwenye somo moja au machache nilojifunza ni just be ready to tell the people you call friends your things. People, watu wanasema usimwambie mtu mambo yako. Yes, do not tell your people who are not your friends. Watu wanasema usimwambie rafiki yako kwa sababu na yeye ana rafiki yake. Have you really been friends to that person? Anyway, hujui marafiki zako. Because if you really know your friends, you will know who not to tell your things. So mimi sijawahi kukutwa na bad lesson. Yaani kama kuna mtu huko anataka kunionyesha jambo la ubaya kwenye urafiki, the room is still open. Mimi sijawahi kuonyeshwa tukio baya na rafiki. So mimi ni wale watu ambao wanaamini watu wema wengi kuliko watu wabaya. Na that with me inakuja na my own character. Mimi ni kama nimepaka mosquito repellent bad friends. You will definitely stay out. Kwa sababu hadi mimi I got a friend wakati nafanya kazi. Wanasemaga hamna marafiki ofisini. I just told you mimi nilipata rafiki. I have a friend, I got her from kazini. It's like a relationship. We will go 2 years bila kuongea. Tukikutana kama tukupoteana.
That's so beautiful, eh?
We will start talking about this and that. The happy, the sad, the shopping, the what, the wapi ananunua this and that. So for me, friendship is a breeze. Sometimes I am there, sometimes I am not there. And we will definitely raise voices I have sauti yangu inafika mpaka huko. We will have our voices high, but for me nahisi kama vile ni for me sio bad experience, it's a tough love, yani to be difficult, to be this, to be that, but you're still my friend. And a lot of watu niliobaki nao mpaka sasa hivi naona kama hata hawezi tena kulipa lesson. Sijui watafanyaje ili wanipe lesson.
Kwa sababu washajichuja over the years.
Over the years. Sasa adulthood friendship is difficult kwa sababu unakutana na mtu ambaye tayari mnakutana kida, mtoto ana kazi, ana mume, ana maisha.
There must be so much energy to create new relationships like
yeah, so kiukweli mimi nasali mara nyingi. I pray for my friends, I pray for so many things, and among the many things I pray for is nawaombea marafiki zangu. Sitajagi majina, yani I just be like, Mungu naomba niendelee kuniwekea right people to talk to. Mimi nikisipoongea when I have issues nitakufa. So nitaenda corner, but I will still take my phone and call and then I put it down, and then for that moment kitu kinakuwa kimeisha. So I feel like mimi marafiki zangu that are really my friends nawapata kwa wakati. I don't know if they get me kwa wakati, and I do not know if I am a good friend by saying mimi sijawahi kufanywa kitu. I am not sure. I don't know if I have not done something to people,
but what
I know is my intentions are always 100. Always 100. So biggest less, I mean kitu nilichokipata kwenye urafiki, it is how you unapokutana na watu ndio wanapokutana na wewe. So that would be it for me, really.
Awesome. Jamani, in closing this, I hope you enjoyed it. Endeleeni kuwa intentional, but I think tumediscuss vitu vingi that they've learned, that they've hopefully, wanaweza ku add on and create that conversation. What would be your takeaway? Anything that would close this episode? Your last highlight? Anything?
Watu wanunue mbeleko. Watu wafanye mambo, wanunue mbeleko. Let's get to
now mpate toto zaidi so
that the
business grows kabisa. So I think that is it. In summary, for me, I would say it's not easy maintaining friendships, especially adult ones. It's clear that you've got to invest your time, which is a good thing. And the ones that are good, it's very beautiful because there is room to have a very beautiful friendship. It's very fulfilling. And yeah, there are lessons that you can be conscious about. Lakini, just having a group, tight circle of friends is really beautiful. But you must be very intentional about it. And with that, we come to the end of our episode. Yay! Guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, Instagram BTS Podcast TZ, TikTok BTS Podcast TZ, and on YouTube BTS Podcast TZ. Thank you very much. See you later.